It's the early 90s in Los Angeles, California. Riots, earthquakes, and rock and roll. I was broke, and I was making my way in the big city, playing in rock and roll bands with stars in my eyes. I used to hang around the Pro Drum Shop in Hollywood. Dennis Chambers was doing a clinic there one day. After the clinic was over, the drum set was left behind. Stanley and Jerry, the owners from the shop, they sold somebody the 10, the 12, and the 18. The only thing that was left was the 13, the 16, and the 22 kick drum. I traded in my old Yamaha, and I ended up with the Amber MLX Pearl kit, 3-piece. I worked this kit off by restoring old kits for them, and they included this 3.5 by 13-inch maple piccolo. Little did I know that I would record and tour with this little drum for almost 4 years. I eventually folded it like a taco at Capitol Records, but hey, it had taken a pretty good beating after all that time. I have since found this drum on eBay. Just browsing one day, I was feeling a bit nostalgic, and for all I knew, it could have been my old lost love. And so began the resurrection. This is a 1992 3.5 by 13-inch all maple piccolo snare drum. It's the made in Taiwan version, and the quality is pretty amazing considering the condition that it was in. After some steel wool and a little fuller's wax, it came back to life. It has the orange amber stain, which is the Dennis Chambers Signature Series color at the time. The lugs have heavy stainless steel inserts with the nylon lockers. The chrome came right back to life, and after some lithium grease and a little oil bath, everything was looking good. Let's get a listen at this little baby in North Hollywood, California. Sounds pretty good to me in that chaotic environment. Not too shabby for a little shitter. It has a 6-ply maple shell with hand-rubbed oil on the inside. I did a little work to the bearing edge, just lightly, with some 400 grit sandpaper and a little lemon oil. Very nice. It's got a lovely screw-on gold badge with the pearl branding and black screws with the rear gasket. Right around this time in Pearl's history, they actually started using really nice grommets. This one here has the nylon backer and a machine-pressed rear grommet. The lugs also have the black gaskets, as does the throw-off and the butt plate. Very nice. The top head has the ever-reliable coated Ambassador CS dot on top and the hazy snare Ambassador on the bottom. I didn't have any money in the 90s, and I couldn't quite trick out the drums back then as I can now. Most of the time, I was pretty happy with the sound of this drum, but in some situations, it didn't have enough balls. I removed the pearl wires and added the Evans Copper Pure Sound 30-strand snare. I don't usually like the Evans wires, but this added something special to this build. I also decided to add the Pearl Super Hoops, which actually cost more than the drum itself. I added the Danmar washers just to give it a trick look. As a result, this fattened the drum up quite a bit. It has a nice dark, grungy pang to it. Overall, I'm very happy with this rebuild. I had forgotten all about this drum, and I just happened to stumble upon it on eBay. I couldn't resist, and here we go. Let's give it a little bit of a listen.